927-94-7 and 970 AM. And on your smart speaker, enable the WMAY skill now.
All right, we're back with the WMAY morning news feed, and we shared with you earlier the U.S. Supreme Court shooting down President Joe Biden's eviction moratorium. The High Court overrules the CDC's moratorium on evictions nationwide. Supreme Court's majority allowing evictions to resume across the country, blocking the Biden administration from enforcing a temporary ban that was put in place because of the coronavirus pandemic. 3.5 million people across the country said they face eviction over the next 2 months because of this. But getting the perspective of landlords, they've been dealing with quite a bit for the past year and a half. And to join us to talk about that and more is from the Springfield Area Landlord Association. He's the treasurer of that group, Tony Nudo. Tony, thanks for taking time with us this morning. How you doing?
I'm doing fine, Greg. Thanks for having me on.
Absolutely. So I guess just let's get the overview here of what your members have been having to deal with for the past year and a half.
Well, Greg, it's been devastating to housing providers. Folks are not paying their rent that can pay their rent. The money that we are getting from the state through from the federal government through the state to pay housing providers is very slow in coming. There are a lot of programs out there, but a lot of people do not qualify for what the funds are for, believe it or not.
So talk a bit about those qualifications and the efforts of getting not just landlords to walk through the process, but also getting the tenants, because you have to have their cooperation to do this. But not everyone's qualified for this, and they're still not paying their rent, right?
That is correct. While the people that have been affected from COVID have lost their jobs and they've had an income loss, they generally are able to get qualified for this program. But there are some folks out there that their income has not changed. Actually, some people have got an increase in income and have chosen not to pay their rent. They do not qualify for these programs, and therefore they won't get any money to their landlord through these programs. The programs are great. I wish the state would be a little bit faster with it. They are difficult to navigate. Everything's done online. There's nobody you can call and see if there's a problem or if you did something right or wrong. The way they did the way the state distributed the funds the first time, everybody had to apply, and then they had a lottery drawn to see who would get funding for rental assistance. That's just not the way to do it. This time we've been told these funds would be available at a certain time. They have a long period that the landlords can apply, and then a longer period for the tenants to apply. None of the funds are forthcoming at this time, and this is when they're needed.
Tony Nudo joins us. He is the treasurer of the Springfield Area Landlord Association. We'll talk about some events your group has coming up. But with the U.S. Supreme Court shooting down the eviction moratorium, do you foresee a lot of your members moving forward to try and get an eviction of those who may not have been paying their rent all this time? And how does the state work into that? Is there confusion what the U.S. Supreme Court ruling means and whatever eviction moratorium is still in place in Illinois?
Well, while the Supreme Court ruling addresses the CDC eviction moratorium, the state eviction moratorium is an emergency order by our governor. And he's put that emergency order in place. The excuse is the CDC moratorium and other reasons. But the court system has also shut down the evictions. You can't get a court date at this time for evictions concerning money. And it's very difficult to know what's going to happen in the future. We've got this Delta variant that everybody's crying about and yelling about and saying it's getting so bad. I don't foresee that the state will drop the eviction moratorium anytime soon.
Tony, again, talk about just what your members are going through, right? I mean, it's not just they have no income coming in from some of these tenants. They also don't have resources. They got to, scrounge to find, I'm sure, resources to pay their property taxes. If they still carry a mortgage on that, if they still have to do maintenance. How are your members getting by?
Well, they're not. And when this first happened, the government shut down everybody's job and said, go home, you can't go to work. We're going to increase your pay. You're going to get unemployment. We're going to give you extra food stamps on your EBT card. We're going to make sure you're taken care of. But then they said, okay, go to your home, and we're not going to allow your landlord to evict you for non-payment of rent and other reasons. Well, those folks didn't have to continue doing their job, but they got an increase in pay. We have continued to do our job, and we've continued to pay our bills, like you said, our mortgage, our taxes, our insurance, and upkeep on properties. So we have continued to do our job, but the government said, well, you don't have to be paid. So I'm doing my job, and I'm not getting my paycheck. Now, I don't know any other profession where you would still go to work if you're not getting a paycheck. That's kind of the reason why you go to work.
What does this do to the market? What does this do to people looking to get investment properties? Everybody out there has the dream, the American dream of owning a home, and then they can take that step further and make some money off of other homes they may want to buy to have as investment properties for people to rent. Does this entire situation chill all of that?
Well, absolutely. When you have residents in their home and you're the housing provider for that property, if you wanted to sell it, and unfortunately those folks have not paid their rent, sometimes it's through no fault of their own. Sometimes it's a choice that they have made because of the eviction moratorium. Your other folks that want to get into becoming a housing provider, they're going to look at that and they're going to like, well, I can't pay the mortgage, taxes, and insurance on this because these folks aren't paying their rent. And at that point, they're not going to even look at those properties. They don't cash flow, so they're not going to buy them.
Tony Nudo, he is the treasurer of the Springfield Area Landlord Association, joining us on the WMAY morning news feed. So you guys just recently worked with the county to help kind of facilitate getting resources out. Tell us about some of the other things that you guys do for members of the Springfield Area Landlord Association.
Well, we have worked with the county. Our board members have worked with the county, and I want to take my hat off to the county Department of Community Resources, Dave McDonough over there. They've been very receptive to our suggestions, and they have worked with us. But some of the other things that we do, our members are active in the community. We have a member on the Helping Hands Board who they help provide solutions for homelessness. We have members on the board of Habitat for Humanity, and we have members that help with the labor when they build new homes. We have a member on the city zoning board. All of our members participate in the housing programs that are available from the various organizations, including programs administered by Helping Hands, Fifth Street Renaissance, and the Housing Choice Voucher Program from the Springfield Housing Authority. We're out there in the community. I myself personally have participated in the fire alarm safety program that the Springfield Fire Department has put on. We actually went out into the community and provided fire alarms and carbon monoxide detectors to homes that didn't have them. Our members are very active in the community, and we are part of it.
Let's talk about some of the upcoming events that you guys have. I take it that you're also looking to connect with landlords that aren't part of your group. So tell us about the benefits of the Springfield Area Landlord Association and how people can get involved.
Absolutely. We have a monthly meeting. It is on the second Tuesday of the month, which this month it happens to be September 14th will be our next meeting. It's held at the VFW on Old Jacksonville Road. That's the one right next to the Blue Water Tower. And By the way, they have a great chicken dinner there. It's $10, all the chicken you can eat. It's actually fantastic. So
good to hear. Good to hear. So there'll be food with the meeting as well.
Well, yeah.
You got to pay for your food, but you'll be able to get some dinner.
For all you can eat, and they have great chicken. My wife likes their chicken, so if she likes it, it's good.
It's good. That's awesome.
So come to the VFW, have your chicken dinner. Come about 5:30. They open it up at 5. We hold our meeting at 7. We have great speakers that come to our meetings. Some of them are continuing education speakers. We're going to have Steve McClure, who is a Illinois State Senator. He's going to be at our meeting. We've had the mayor at our meetings before. We've had neighborhood police officers at our meetings. We do a lot of educational stuff at our meetings. We pass out forms for the different programs that are available for rental assistance in Springfield. And, you can get a lot of good information. You can network with other housing providers, and you can help support the Springfield Landlords Association. We deal with some of the legislative issues with the state program. You join the Springfield Area Landlord Association. You're also a member of the Illinois Real Estate Owners Association and the National Real Estate Owners Association. A lot of great benefits there.
So definitely for those out there who aren't familiar with the Springfield Area Landlord Association, they have a meeting coming up where you'll be able to get more information and possibly join the association to kind of have them, in a way, keep you informed of everything that's going on. Because, Tony, as you said, with the U.S. Supreme Court ruling against the national eviction moratorium, what does that really do for Illinois? Because apparently our eviction moratorium is still going to be in place for a few more weeks, if not longer. Who knows what the future holds, right?
Absolutely. We don't know what the governor's going to do. He's signed these executive orders, and they keep coming. They keep continuing. There's going to be a breaking point where we just can't do this anymore. Our economy is doing very well, they say. There are jobs out there for people that want to work. They're paying more than the minimum wage. There's no reason for this to continue. There's just no reason. We need some relief.
Tony Nudo, Treasurer of the Springfield Area Landlord Association. Greatly appreciate you taking the time with us this morning. We'll connect again soon, all right?
Thank you. It'd be my pleasure.
It's the WMAY morning news feed, now 7:51, and your forecast. It's going to be another hot one with a high of 92. The triple-digit heat index, mostly sunny, but we do have a chance of showers and storms. Then clear overnight, low of 73. Saturday, sunny with a high of 91 with a triple-digit heat index. And then Sunday, chance of showers, the high of only 90. And then Monday, we're looking back to work, partly sunny skies, chance of shower, the high of 86. Right now, about 70 degrees. It's 751. Stay informed, stay connected from Culver's West on Wabash.
$15 per hour is a lot of cheddar. Culver's West on Wabash pays top dollar for adult employees. Apply in person today.
The Springfield History Minute with the